name is Steve Froehler. I'm the owner of LCO Technologies and the inventor of the Crossfire ultra-low power consuming common platform, which includes a chemical injection pump and the one and done packing. The reason we're here today is because chemical injection pumps are all across the province. There's over 100,000 of these things out in the field, spread out all over the province, different types of chemicals all over the place. And it's a real problem for producers with respect to the reliability of these packings. It's a real problem for our manufacturers with respect to trying to come up with a solution that meets your needs for all these new chemicals that are coming out that are more difficult to handle. So we're here to talk about, in our opinion, the best way to deal with this. Having been in the chemical injection pump business now for over a decade and having sold thousands of pumps into the field, the really interesting thing is when we ask what chemical is being injected, 90% of the time we get the response of it's just methanol. When we get there, we discovered that it is in fact not just methanol. It's got an amber hue to it. And if it's just methanol, it's absolutely clear. If you've got an amber colored chemical spilt all over your pump, it's not just methanol. Generally speaking, the response that we get is, well, it's only 1%. Okay, well, it doesn't matter if it's 1% or 1/10 of 1%. Chemical compatibility is an issue. Now, with the chemicals that we're seeing these days, it's becoming even more and more complex because the blending of chemicals is giving unintended consequences and is creating all kinds of problems in the field. So when we first started in the business, we were providing all of our pumps with V packings, the same as everyone else. We use a 5100 series fluid end with a packing adjustment nut on it, little vent on the back, which is threaded, by the way. And we would put V packings in it. Our standard was a Buna end packing with Teflon V-rings, Buna end V-rings and Teflon V-rings. So we did a zebra packing as our standard. And the number of times we would get in the field and we would see that clearly the packing was not properly selected, or it may have been at the beginning, but things change and the loop isn't closed to take into account the chemical compatibility of the pump with respect to the new chemicals that are being introduced. It caused us a world of problems with respect to reliability concerns. We discovered that these chemicals were leaking and were getting into our pump, like into the top works and into the motor. We've figured out a way to solve that using some very simple, low cost, easy to install components. We've completely solved that problem. So we developed the one and done, okay? The one and done, the reason we call it a one and done is because we don't care what you put through this packing. It could be methanol, which these days isn't really methanol. You're getting all kinds of other things in it. You could put asphalt inhibitor through it. You could put wax inhibitor through it. You could put diesel fuel through it. We don't care. You can use this thing for anything. You can use the one and done packing for any and all applications. So on the packing, on the one and done packing, we have 2 slots for 2 O-rings. We have to make a decision on what type of O-ring that we need to use. If it's methanol, think of it as being, our XF1 as being the equivalent of butane. It's good for methanol, and it's good for lower temperatures like outdoor applications. But it's basically limited to methanol. Now, our XF1 has been successfully used with some inhibited methanol, and ultimately, I would say that it would be worth it for you to consider using the chem kit and trust your results from that. Basically, all other applications use the XF2. Just go straight to the XF2. So you're talking about anything with the zines in it, any wax inhibitor, oxygen scavenger, H2S scavenger, asphaltene inhibitor, anything that's got the zenes in it, any of those, just go straight to the XF2. You could use the XF2 on methanol as well. If you standardized on an XF2, you could virtually use that on any application. Just be aware that with the XF2, it's limited in its low temperature ability. So if you got it inside the building, you're going to be fine with your catalytic heater. If you're going to put it outside, maybe you want to talk to us first. Briefly, we might be able to you've got the one and done. We need to get it inside of this fluid end. So what we've done is we've developed an install tool, really straightforward, screwed onto your 5100 series fluid end. I like to use a little red and tacky on these guys. Just put a little on the outside. Make sure you put the ring, the spring side in first. You drop it in there. I like to push it down until it's basically flush. Use the plunger, put it on top, tap it in, done. So we have the one and done packing, good for all applications, leak-free service, leak-free for a very long time relative to what you might be accustomed to. But if you want to make sure that you've got an absolutely leak-free installation, what you can do is you can use a product that we've developed here called the ChemKeeper. And it takes the place of the packing adjustment nut on your fluid end and goes on real quick. Out with the old, in with the new. We're trying to modernize the packing. We're trying to modernize this fluid end. This fluid end hasn't really been modernized in 50 years. So with the two-piece inlet check valve and some of the other things that we're doing here, we're bringing this 5100 series old technology up to latest, greatest spec. Okay, so you want to check out any of our YouTube videos, go to our website. We'll direct you to our YouTube site, and you can see installation methods. You could do removal methods, tools and tricks of the trade, and things that can really make your life a lot easier. So please visit our website and our YouTube videos and call if you have any questions.